In 3, 2, 1. What's up, historians? Welcome back. Uh-oh. No editing here. What's up, historians? Welcome back. Historically Haunted Vodcast, Season 2, Episode 31, I think, or 32. 31. That's right, 31. You guys like the content? You want us to ask some questions? Go ahead and send some of the stars. If you guys caught my run in the New York Times about Season 2, it said paranormal celebrity Adam Beacon is back for Season 2. I did a write-up with them. Go check that out. We are sponsored today by Upper East Investigation. Guys are all on YouTube. They have their own research channel. They have their own YouTube series, ORI. Subscribe. Go check them out. They're doing great stuff. I appreciate their support. Down below, you see them in the rotating thing. I've been posting all week. Check them out. Shout out to my girl, Heather. She made this just for me this week. My first historically haunted sign. She handmade that with love. I appreciate her. I'm going to put that up. So my guest today is someone who reached out to me after watching some episodes, and we've talked. And it turns out I've got a lot in common with this dude. Like we really click. Not only is he a Maine boy, but he's a hard worker. He's a funny dude, and he's just amazing. Not to mention, he was the truck driver. Which in real life, he's a truck driver. He actually runs the business, logistics and everything. But he was the truck driver in Stephen King's, Mary Lambert's Pet Sematary, but written off Stephen King's book. And he was the Orenco driver, the driver of the red truck when he's singing the Ramones. And you see him a couple times, and then fatefully, unfortunately, he does kill Gage. And that was his main sin. But without further ado, my brother from another mother, Donnie, get the baby, Donnie Greene.
Hello there, folks.
What? Hello there, folks. My girlfriend Heather's checking out already. She goes, "Get the baby."
Heather. I think I've talked to Heather.
Yeah, I called one time. I was like, "It's my girl Heather." She wanted to say hi. So shout out to real quick. Dice Hearts just won America's #1 truck stop restaurant in America from Food Magazine. And believe it or not, that's where Donnie, you got a lot of ties to that, don't you, brother? How are you? First and foremost, how are you, Donnie?
I'm doing great. Getting old, but things are great. And, Dice Arts, I started there as a pump jockey when I was 14 years old. I grew up in Herman, Maine. So
Herman, Maine, yep.
When I saw the Dice Arts shirt, it was like, wow, and then I worked there as a truck driver, and I worked there as a freight dispatcher for him back in the 80s. And
wow.
I was driving for a company out of Newburgh, Maine, when I got the opportunity to meet Mary Lambert and Stephen King, and it was at Dice Arts Truck Stop. I had just gotten back from California, and Stephen and Mary Lambert, they were in there having dinner, and out in front of them plate glass windows, Stephen and Mary came out, and a friend of mine, Billy Osgood, he hooked me up with them, and they wanted me to audition for the part, and
just take the truck around the fucking lot a little bit.
They wanted me to sing it, and Adam, I can't sing a note, so
liar.
I can't. Watch the movie. I can't sing, folks. But anyways, I got the part, and it took a long time because at the time I was running back and forth to California, West Coast, East Coast, back and forth. So they worked that movie around my schedule. And if you look and study the movie, 1 second it was green leaves, and the next minute it was fall time, and the leaves were falling down. So it took like 6 months to do that one scene. So
I never really noticed that. I watched the movie today just to brush it up. Of course, you're singing the Ramones, but the leaves, that was shot within what, like maybe 5 months then, I guess, or different spurts of 5 months then, I guess?
Yeah, it was through the summer and the fall months. And but they had to work around my schedule because I was, gone for 10 days at a time. I'd get home and have 3 days off. They would work around my schedule. So
real quick, Mr. Donald Miller says, "I'm here, brother."
Hey, that's Doughboy. Hey,
Doughboy, what's up, Doughboy?
Yeah, he's one of my motorcycle.
Donnie Brown, hi, Don. Yes, you love your cycles and your big rigs, man. You like your big dogs. You like your rock and roll.
Yeah, I got two great Danes.
You're an all-American boy, dude.
I got two great Danes, and they're our children, so to speak. And believe it or not, they sleep with us every night. They take, we get.
They're as big as teenagers, for God's sake.
Yeah, my wife gets a foot, the dogs get half, and I get the other half. So.
Oh, you saw my girlfriend with her bulldog. He's a little guy, but that little fucker he's a pig. He just takes right over. It's a land hippo, they call it, the bulldog. Yeah. But I showed my girlfriend a picture of you with your dog standing like you guys are like dancing, and that thing's as tall as you standing on his back lines.
Yeah, Henry's a good boy. I think he's 185 pounds. His brother, who lives in Orrington, Maine, with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, he's 205 pounds. So they get pretty big. And I get a smaller one. He's 145, I think.
Wow. We're talking wrestler weight. That's like Hulk Hogan, 245. That's pretty good. And that's funny you say Orrington's. Real quick side note, maybe you must know this. Maybe the guy's watching, everybody checking in. We got about 10 people watching. Hey, everybody. We're talking to Donnie Greene, actor and truck driver. Orrington is where Stephen King stayed with his wife when his kid almost got killed, and that's where he wrote Pet Sematary, and where the original Pet Sematary really is.
And my wife Lori took me to the original Pet Sematary, and I think one of the pictures I gave you, I had the original Pet Sematary in front of me.
From the movie?
Pardon me? No, not from the movie Pet Sematary. The original Pet Cemetery.
In Orrington, behind that. The house with the Amityville eyes, and there's a church there. I went there this summer, and it's all the stones are gone, but there's little pass through, and I go, I'm in the real fucking Pet Cemetery. Because me, I go exploring. I've been I laid down where Gage was, where you drove your truck. I went to the gas station where you left last year. You know what's funny, dude?
There? The Pet Cemetery sign's still there? If I remember correctly, that's been stolen several times.
That's why. They said, fuck it, why put it up, right? At this point.
Yeah. But I was able to get a picture of me holding the original Pet Cemetery sign at the original Pet Cemetery. So
I had that ready to put up.
That was at his house.
That was the cover photo. If you guys get a chance, I want to bring that up in a minute, but that was him and he's holding it. Dude, you look the same, but you had a hat on. But you're holding the white sign that says Pet Cemetery from the original because the kid misspelled it. Wow.
Well, I was quite a bit bigger back then, and I didn't have as much gray hair, but hey, I mean, that was 35 years ago. It's quite a while ago.
Wow, 88, 89, yeah. Jim Brown says, what's up from Tombstone Paranormal? Hey, Jim. Linda Bernier checking in, saying hello. John Bernier, good evening. Adam, Heather, Donnie. These are people that check in every week. Loyal people that are going to love you. A lot of these people are hyped. He's the driver from Pet Cemetery, and he's more than that, dude. This dude is like, at first I was awestruck, and now I'm just like, oh, fucking Donnie's going to come give me a Donnie Greene bear hug. We're going to go have breakfast and hang out because you got kin in Maine. You haven't forgotten your roots. I mean, you're southern-based Florida, whatever, but you come to Maine once or twice a year, I've noticed from past posts of yours.
I do, but I tell you, the last year that Laura and I were in Maine, I think we had a total snowfall of like 5 feet, and I got arthritis now, and I had to make a change. When I was younger, I was into ice fishing, snowmobiling, snow skiing. I loved all the winter sports, but not so much anymore.
Arthritis will do that. That cold milks you. Jean Tewksbury says, hi, Adam and Donnie. Jean is a big cat chaser. She chases like puma cats. And in Maine, she works for the Cryptozoology Museum. She goes out and looks for because they say there's leopards in Maine and cougars and shit by Appalachian trails.
It's funny because I've been known to chase pussy from time to time.
I love Donnie. Anything goes, historically haunted podcast. Cheers for you. Enjoy your edible. I'll take a couple of hits. Everybody checking in. We got 12, 13 people. Guys, if you want to say hi to Donnie Greene, he was the truck driver in Pet Cemetery. And you told me a little something. I'm going to bring it up. I don't think we can't talk about it. I'll see why not. But I remember you told me at one point when you called me, because we call each other on our phones. Am I correct?
Yeah, we do.
You got offered the deal for not ice road truckers, but dangerous truckers or
ice road truckers. I had the opportunity. Shipping wars, but I stay real busy with my business, and I'm an agent for a great company out of over on the east coast of Florida, John Green Logistics, which is actually no relation to me, but I represent them as an agent, and great company, and it gives me the opportunity. I work from home now, so this is my home office, and I do have 2 trucks, and I've got one driver. He's on his way down from Maine right now with a load, and so I dispatch them, and so I life's good. Life's good. It really is.
That's the way to do it. You've paid your dues, and like you said on the road, we're talking pre-show in the green room while you were having snacks, so to speak. And you were saying you didn't have the radio back then. You engaged yourself with 8 tracks, but a lot of CB talk, and just driving out in the Midwest and places like that, kind of losing yourself in the time back then. You paid your dues, huh? I mean, why not?
Yeah, I hammered the roads for a good many years, and most of it was I saw 48 states before I was 23, I think it was. So
wow.
I got my license at a very young age, and I wanted to see the country. And, that's what I did. I saw most of Canada. I went to Yukon Territory, British Columbia.
Oh shit! Before there was passports, 9/11 and shit.
Yeah. I've been to Newfoundland, all through Canada, and
you got paid. You didn't have to get. You didn't have to pay.
Right. I get paid to go see the country, but the unfortunate part is I saw everything through a windshield. I didn't get a lot of chances to, if I got laid over somewhere, like in LA, I would go rent a car and I would go see the sights and, the maps to the stars' homes and go check it out and go to the beach. And as a matter of fact, one Christmas day in Los Angeles, I was laid over out there. I went fishing. I went out one of them fishing charter boats and I had a great time, but I don't have many regrets.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, for the most part, it was the job. But if you had a chance to do it, I mean, you get to go do it. And that's fucking – I bet you got stories to beat the band. Everybody checking in. We got 13, 14 people checking in. Thank you guys checking in. This is great. And I want to touch base on Pet Sematary, but we got an hour. And I want to tell people about you as a person because you're fucking amazing. And I think you're a good dude, even though you're a funny bastard. I go, I need a picture for the flyer. He goes, all right. I go, you bastard. And he sent me the Pet Cemetery one, which you guys will see on the flyer. But I mean, as far as trucking goes, dude, as we talk pre-show again, and always, you kind of were in your blood since you were younger. You worked at Dice Arts as a pump boy, as a parts boy, as a fucking, dispatch. I mean, you kind of, it's what you like to do. It's not right. I mean, it's your life.
Well, and growing up in Herman, Maine back then, I mean, my family, I was brought up, you got to work. And so I went to work and I worked 4 to midnight, and then get up and went to school the next day. But I just get a passion for trucks and I got meeting older truck drivers and I'd have a weekend off and they say, hey, we're going to Hunts Point Market in New York City tonight with a load of French fries. You want to go? And I'd jump in the truck and go with them. And that's how I learned how to drive, basically.
Wow. Almost apprenticing in a way, kind of. I mean,
yeah, but them old timers, they're the best ones to teach you. I mean, you can go to truck driving school all you want, but to jump in a truck and go with some older guys that have been doing it for 30, 40 years, you learn more. Yeah.
Road knowledge. You can learn by the book your average what to do, what not to do for loads, and how to get inspections by and all that shit. But these fucking guys know the rules of the road, how to avoid lizard lots, lot lizards.
Lot lizards,
yeah. I'm stoned. Lot lizards, you know what I mean? But just how little things. I mean, but I mean, you must have seen like the sunrise in like the desert of Arizona and shit, like the sun going down in Nevada.
Yeah, and
that's
a lot of it was good, but I saw a lot of bad stuff, a lot of wrecks. I was in Wyoming once in a blizzard, and in Wyoming, they have gates that go over the interstate. They close the interstate down. If you're in between them gates, you're stuck.
What? What do you mean they shut the interstate down? What?
When they close the interstate in Wyoming for a blizzard, they put gates across the interstate so you can't get on the highway.
I've never heard of that. I've never been cross country though.
I was out across Elk Mountain in western Wyoming, and a woman was in a car, probably 200-300 yards in front of me, and 24 hours later, her car wasn't running anymore. She ran out of gas. So I waited in waist deep snow to her car and got her back to my truck where, I had 300 gallons of diesel fuel and it was idling and I had heat. So we kind of waited up the storm together and, so I've seen a lot, not all good. There's a lot of bad too, but a lot of scary stuff. And, I went to Yukon Territory and it was so cold up there on that, they had pea stone roads that the rubber mud flaps actually turned brittle and the pea stone coming up from the tires disintegrated the mud flaps. That's how cold.
Oh my God, damn.
So, I mean, as my family says, I should write a book.
Donnie, you kind of are. I mean, honestly, what you're saying here, you're way more than what I thought. You've told me some shit, but you're really opening up to me, man. So fucking those edibles are kicking in. That's killer. Because I bet have you ever come close to killing a person? Have you ever come close to someone jumping in front of you? Because sometimes, not on purpose, your fault, but I've heard of stories of people suicidal that just jump in front of big rigs and buses. Have you ever seen anything crazy like that? Someone slipped or something in front of you?
No, not really. But I have been mugged and I've been robbed. And
wow.
I got hit in the back of the head with a pool cue in Chicago once.
Bad city. They say it's tough there. Wow.
Yeah, it is. It is a tough city. But, you don't know how lucky and how safe you ought to feel living in Maine. I mean, as a kid growing up in Herman, Maine, we never locked the house.
I tell people that. I tell my nieces and people that they go, Maine's boring, Maine sucks. I go, you're lucky there's no kill count in Maine. You're lucky there's no rape count for little girls. Like, Maine's pretty fucking chill, dude.
Yeah.
You're lucky. Right?
Down here in Florida, you lock up everything. So that's one thing I can say about the state of Maine. I brought my kids up there until they were in high school. And it was safe. It was a good place to raise the kids. But
Herman?
We enjoy it down here. The weather's excellent. We have a couple months that it gets real cold at night, but during the day it's usually up to 70 degrees. So
that's good for your arthritis, though. That's good for your bones.
Yeah,
it is.
But the next 3 months is hell. June, July, and August it's humid.
AC.
Right, and the people in Maine are going heater, but I don't scrape my windshield. I don't shovel my walkway. I don't worry about plowing the driveway anymore. So that's a good thing.
I wouldn't miss that. I don't think. I love the beauty of the snow and the holiday time, but as far as all slipping on ice and trying to catch yourself and your knee getting caught, oh fucking that sucks. Checking in, Rachel King. Hello, Candle Witch. She was my guest last week. She makes her own candles. Hello, Donnie and Adam. Rachel King.
Rachel.
No relation to Steven. Don't get excited. I always get excited. John, good evening. So, hey, I got to ask you, Donnie, we got about 14 people watching. I want to ask you, out of all the spots you've been to, brother, give me like one or two of your favorites, one or two that you'd go back to personally with your wife or you're alone just to visit that you really enjoyed that you've been. Give me two for America and two for other, like Canada or something, one or two.
You broke up, Adam. I didn't even hear the question.
What's two of your favorite places you've been to that you'd like to go again as pleasure instead of business? Give me like two or three.
That I love the Sierra Nevadas. I spent a lot of time in Reno and going up to Lake Tahoe, and I was telling my wife and a friend who's here that I get a grand tour of the Ponderosa Ranch.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah,
Lake Tahoe area, and Lauren Green, who was in Bonanza, is from Canada, and he has an E on the end of Green. So sometimes I wonder if he could have been a relation to me because my family comes from New Brunswick, Canada. So,
hey, no kidding, eh?
Here in Nevada, you can go skiing and surfing the same day. You can go snow skiing in the Sierra Nevadas, and you can drive 3 or 4 hours, go to the California coast, and go surfing. So,
oh, dude, how's the food, buddy? Must be like a Spanish kick down there, South kick, West, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I've had a lot of good times in California. I actually bought a place once in Arizona, and that was that was nice. I like Arizona. The Northwest is beautiful. You know, Colorado, Montana, Wyoming. I mean, it's just
Never
folks.
been.
You know, if you ever get a chance, you know, go see it. It's
I drove to Iowa a couple times. I went to Iowa and I went to like Indiana, bunch of fucking corn. Holy corn. That's about it.
In flat.
Oh, you've been there, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. It's fucking flat and corn and silos and corn and silos and police and tolls and tolls. I go, holy, where are the fucking mountains and lakes? Bring me back to New England.
No,
they really don't have lakes out there. They don't in Indiana and Idaho.
No, but
what's your bucket list, Donnie? You got to have a place you haven't been that you got to go. New Orleans.
I do. I want to make it to Alaska. I want to go fishing.
Ooh.
And I've always had a dream of having a sailboat. I learned how to sail when I was a young fella, and I mentioned a name earlier, Billy Osgood. His dad was, I believe, a retired general in the Maine Guard, and he had a big sailboat along with Eddie Dysart from Dysart Truck Stop. They had taken me sailing down off the coast of Maine, and I got to tell you, no motors, just you and the wind. That's probably the biggest thing on my bucket list. And
we talking about like Bar Harbor, Camden area? Oh, yeah. Belfast, yeah.
Southwest Harbor, all down that way. And
where there's storm of the century. I've been there. Born and sin. Come on in. I've been to that hotel.
But
I'm a kid.
So that's what I'd like to do, and I've got a lot of toys now, so I'm going to try to sell some of the stuff off and maybe pursue that dream.
What about other than America? Is there a place if you had the money and time, like Europe, like Transylvania, like China, Amsterdam, Italy? What's something you'd like to go to?
I've been to the Scandinavian countries, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. But
wow,
we're really spoiled people, because you go to a McDonald's in Norway and you want a burger, and it's a reindeer burger. They're very healthy. Reindeer. Yeah, it's
reindeer.
Yeah.
No, it ain't real.
But the only red meat over there is reindeer meat and lamb. Beef.
What the fuck
is
does reindeer
really expensive. I mean, you don't appreciate what you got until you leave this country and then come back. My little son, he was only 2 or 3 years old, and it was a direct flight out of Oslo, Norway, to Newark, New Jersey. And when we got off the plane in Newark, New Jersey, there was a McDonald's there, and our little boy he went running for McDonald's. He couldn't wait to get the greasy French fries and the cheeseburgers.
The real deal.
Yeah.
Shout out to Candlewich. Thanks for helping me light my joint, and I spilled candle wax all over my hand. Fuck. So that's really cool. I'll have to go check that out. Scandinavia, they do. I tell you, a lot of people say America sucks. I go, yeah, go to fucking Canada, go to Mexico, go to places where they don't care about your rights. Good luck.
No, this is home to me. I'm gonna plant my feet right here, and we, as much as I bitch about politics, I mean, it's a good country.
I love your attitude though, like with your dogs. You love your trucks. You're an American boy, and I don't care what everybody thinks. If you don't mind, just because I got it on, I'm excited. I want to show everybody.
Hi, Sue Fletcher.
Oh, Sue Fletcher, awesome job, good Donnie. She says
she's a Orono girl who transplanted to Las Vegas.
Everybody goes to Maine. People leave Maine. That's killer. Orono. That's where Stephen and Tabitha met. I've been going through Orono when I go home. I live between Bangor and the Appalachian Trail. I live in a one-horse town up here in Maine, and it's not too bad. There we go. Wild rabbits. Huh?
You're in Brownville?
Yep, the train station. Yep, where the train station is, the train depot. I don't want my stalkers to know, but that's all right. Come find me. I got a bat in every room and a couple machetes.
I'm sure.
But yeah, Brownville's pretty chill. There's not a lot there. It's really kind of quiet. It's by Dexter, Dover, Foxcroft. Really, really chill. But I got a job by Bangor now, which is good. I'll be going there. And of course, the big news. Well, real quick before I do that, I gotta show you guys something real quick. Like on computer. Can you guys see the YouTube? The kite?
Yeah, you're going to be flying a kite. Oh, I know this scene.
Yeah, we're going to play this for a second. Can you hear it? Is there volume? There's Donnie. Look at Donnie's face. Look at see, I don't know why. I can hear the Ramones playing, but Heather says she can't hear the volume. I don't know why that doesn't come through. But look at Donnie. Look at a young Donnie Greene. How old are you there, Donnie?
23, 24?
23, 20. It's autumn. Look at the leaves. You're right. Red and yellow.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. It's fucking
some of the
fall.
It seems it's all green leaves, so.
Can't sing my ass. Look at you go. I can hear it right now.
Well,
that sucks.
I get paid very well to do that.
Sheena was a punk rocker by the Ramones. Oh, man.
Hey, Brian Lipsky. How are you, brother? Let's see some more people I know coming on.
Numb shit. Oh, I wish you guys could hear it. I've been to the house in Hancock, Maine. I've seen a lake. And here comes Donnie fucking Greene. Oh, an ass. He says he's going 6 miles an hour. I call bullshit. He's going about 85.
I wasn't going over 10 miles an hour.
Get the baby. Donnie's just coming, dude. Look at Donnie going about 90. Here it comes. Oh! One of the first child death scenes in history to be in a movie. They got a lot of shit for that. That's what I heard. They got a lot of shit for that.
I didn't know that.
So, did you see that? Can you guys see this? That's the truck. Truck's being refurbished. Donnie said it should be ready by October.
And that is the original.
That's the original. I got to ask you, when they flipped the truck over, you weren't in that, obviously, no? Oops.
It never flipped over at him. It was all fake photography.
When the truck's on its side like that? Really? Oh, come on, you stupid thing.
Yeah, they use mirrors and twisted mirrors, and truck trailer never rolled over. And that scene right there, I wasn't going over 10 miles an hour.
Hey, buddy, doing good. You look great. Brian Lipsky says, thank you, Brian. Oh, I think he's talking to you. He doesn't know me. But I think I look great. But, yes, Donnie Greene looks amazing like always. And Brian Lipsky, hey, Bob, my old dispatcher.
Yes, I was his dispatcher. And Sue Fletcher has 2 daughters. I call them my nieces, and they call me Uncle Donnie. But they're
that's killer.
Just wonderful
Thank
people.
you for checking in, Sue.
Yeah,
Sue and Brian, thank you for checking in. A girl of mine, Amanda from Australia. She's been a guest. Her husband's been a guest, Bill. The Australian Paranormal Society. Good. Jesus, what is it like? 6 p.m. Friday morning or 6 a.m. Friday morning there, right? Good morning, guys, and thanks for checking in from Australia. Appreciate that. We're talking to Donnie Greene, the driver from Pet Cemetery. Let's get a little closer to Donnie. He smells good. Give me a Donnie Greene hug. There we go. There he is. About 16 people watching. Awesome. So let's go back to that scene, Donnie. You've told me once or twice, and I love it, but I want people to know you weren't alone in that truck, were you, in that scene?
No, and you know, like Sue Fletcher would know. She's been in trucks, but that's a Peterbilt cab, and it's probably only 4, maybe 5 foot wide. And I thought I was just going to get in the truck and sing Sheena's a Punk Rocker, turn the radio on, and they had a cassette tape for me to know that they couldn't do that.
That's
so
what I thought.
They put an earplug in my left ear, the driver's side door ear. There was 2 people in the cab of the truck with me. One had a light and like an umbrella, and the other was the cameraman. Had a guy on the hood, and there was a guy on the back frame pumping the music into my earpiece.
What was the guy at the hood, though? Say the words.
I can't remember.
Spread what?
Oh, Spread Eagle.
He goes, he's Spread Eagle, and he showed me the picture, and the dude's fucking literally like his legs are just split, and his camera's right in the driver's window, and you're going, what, 10 miles an hour, you say?
Yeah, I wasn't going fast. No more than 10 miles an hour. And there's a lot of prep work to that because they rented the truck from a Peterbilt dealership and they brought it all shine. Well, it was too shiny. So they used some kind of oil lubricant to spray the truck and chrome down because you, as the viewer, you don't want to see the camera people in the chrome and the shine. So they had to dull the truck up.
Wow.
But and the trailer was a wreck tanker flatbed that Dysarts was hired to put together.
No way.
Yeah.
They're intertwined in all this fucking movie and no one knows.
All the plumbing underneath the trailer that a tanker would use to unload their fuel into the tanks, that was all PVC pipe that was spray painted silver. So, you needed that illusion that it was a real tanker trailer. When the frame was from a wrecked flatbed and the tank came off a wrecked trailer, Dysart put it on the flatbed frame and did all the plumbing, decorating, painting.
Wow.
Yeah, Dysart did all that work.
I didn't know that part. Wow.
So
you're really opening up for me. You're spreading eagle for me right now. I fucking love it. I know you'd like that. Amanda says it's 10:30. Well, it's 10:30. Hello, Donnie. So hello from the future. It's 10:30 a.m.
Hi, Christy. Christy Javier from Massachusetts.
Oh, Christy Javier from Massachusetts says, hey, Donnie, thanks for checking in, Christine. Thank you for checking in. Mrs. Two Witches Scary Spirits podcast, Amara Gerard says, hello from Georgia. What's up, Southern girl? Rachel King saying, good to hear that. Thanks for sharing all of this. See that? You get a lot of fans checking in that are just big fans. It's a cult classic, especially from New England girls. Rachel's in Connecticut going around selling her shit. So you had a lot of people there. And, of course, you being, like you said earlier, for those of you just tuning in, Dawn, we got about 18 people watching. That's 19 now. Thank you. It's almost a record high for the show. I don't know. Maybe I look good tonight. Oh, that's right. I got Donnie Green. That's right.
Hey.
So yeah, man. I mean, you were into this involved, and you met Mary Lambert and Stephen King right at fucking Dysarts, where you worked since you were a kid. You took the truck around. They said you're hired. They worked around your schedule, and you were the face as far as the truck goes. Everybody knows you. Some people aren't really happy with your role. You're the guy that killed Gage. But
yeah, and that's what I usually get. So
is it really?
Yeah.
But you said before this you get a lot more Ramones fans.
I do. It's funny. All my Facebook friends, there might be 100 on there that I really, really know, but the rest are fans. But what I've noticed is I have more Ramone fans than I do Stephen King or Pet Sematary fans. So I didn't realize the Ramones. I didn't know who the Ramones were until they asked me to sing the song. That wasn't my kind of music back in the 80s. So
wow. It was a little different. It was a little, she got mad that I called it Heavy Air. I'm sorry. I didn't mean Christine. My apologies. UFO Chaser. He's a UFO chaser. He's an author of many books here in Maine. Nomar Slevik. Definitely a classic. Hey, Donnie. Nomar is good people. He was a former guest. What's up, Donnie? Amanda says, Johnny Styles. What's up, guys? Big movie fan. Where was the scene filmed, Donnie? Megan Lipsky. Well, there's many scenes he was in. Yes, I won't answer for them. I know where they are. There's
one was coming out
and
Hamden, Maine.
Hancock.
It's called Colebrook Energy, and Dysart owns that. We also did a scene coming out of the mill in Bucksport.
What?
Coming out of the mill in Old Town.
Bucksport, Ellsworth.
Yeah, coming out. I think that paper mill's gone now. It's closed up, but and they randomly took. I got to tell you, it took 10 days to do that minute and a half. So, but I did the drive when the cat was killed.
What?
So I did a lot of driving up and down the road, just going up and turning around. But what's interesting is the Hollywood producers and all that. They went and hired a truck driver. So when I pulled out of that tank farm and they went cut and stopped, they said, you can get out now. We got a truck driver to back it back up. And I said, I can back it back up. They said, you can?
Oh, full call. You're your own stunt man, brother.
So,
yeah.
But that's what they did. They went and hired a truck driver to do all the backing up. Like, guys, I do this for a living, so I can back it up. But
I love that.
but it was a lot of fun. I mean, we all went to dinner one night in Ellsworth after shooting one day, and it was
Finn's
quite an
Pub?
experience. It was quite an experience.
Where'd you go? Finn's Pub?
Can't remember. It was a seafood restaurant.
Oh,
Fred
okay,
Gwynn
okay.
and all the main characters were there. And Fred Gwynn had a little ankle biter that went everywhere with him. But
oh, fuck. You met Fred Gwynn. You met Herman Munster, dude.
yeah, I did.
I was going to ask you.
He passed away quite a while ago, I believe.
8 years after the movie. I think it was like 96 or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can tell you, all those people were good people. You know, Denise Crosby, I mean, hey, how are you? You know, very friendly, and none of them horror stories I've heard from Hollywood stories. You know, everybody. Maybe the main atmosphere relaxed everybody because it was a good time.
I mean, as you know, I got a boner when it comes to Stephen King. I went to the same high school as him, Lisbon High School, and my senior year history channel was there. I went to his childhood home in Durham across the street, the church next to it, the Methodist Church. It's the oldest in New England, 1823. Durham Methodist Church. He attended it with his parents because he lived next door on Runaround Pond Road. That's where he got a leech at Runaround Pond Road. And that's what inspired the leech scene in The Body, Stand By Me. But he went to this church and attended it, and he actually preached there as a minister. And I've been to this. You know me, dude. I'm a nut when it comes to King. I know so much about him. I was going somewhere with this, but I got a brain fart. But I watched the documentary about this, and I see that Charlie Sheen and Magic Johnson and shit showed up on site to watch a couple of clips. Did you end up meeting them?
I didn't. And like I said, I was traveling the West Coast, so I'd come into town for 2 or 3 days. They knew I was coming to town, so they set it up to work me so I could go back to my regular job and reload, go back to the West Coast.
You're fucking driving for a truck, killing kids in a movie, and then you go and driving truck in real life. You're nonstop, and they're just going, okay, Donnie Greene. I mean, dude, that's epic, brother. I mean, it's a cult classic. I mean, the new Pet Cemetery to me doesn't do it justice when the girl gets killed. It's nice and all, but the real one's just fucking legend. And that's, you know what's funny? My very first concert ever as a kid was 1993 in Lewiston, Maine, was White Zombie. And who opened up or who headlined that show? It was the fucking Ramones farewell tour 2 years before Joey died. So that was my first show, was the Ramones, and now you were in it. So that's why I feel linked to you. I know it sounds cheesy, but right here, look at that. I'm a Donnie Greene fan. Christine says, I'm just a Donnie Greene fan. Bucksport is closed. I went to the areas. You know what's funny, Donnie? I went to the gas station that I didn't know Dice Hearts owned, and that house that's right there, when you pull out, you see a house to the left, that burnt down. It's an empty lot, but that sign's still there. And I talked to the guys, and we watched the YouTube video of you pulling out of that truck stop in the truck stop. And they told me, they go, someone bought the truck. I go, yeah, it's at a storage yard. In someplace in Maine, Downport, Eastport or something. They go, no, it's getting built at a local dealership in Brewer. And then you tell me, cat's out of the bottle here, you're going to be doing a little meet and greet tour with the truck when it's done, hopefully in October. Is that correct?
Yes. A businessman from Princeton, down east, down by Calais. Matter of fact, I met with him last summer, and I think I gave you some pictures of me standing beside the truck. But it's been a project for him to get it back to the original condition. And we have been talking about me traveling to the autograph horror shows and bringing the truck and letting the fans out there get a picture of themselves with me in the truck. And hopefully Nico Hughes will be there at some of the shows also.
Can you see that right now?
That was last summer. And
there's you right there holding the door open. How's it pronounced? Orenco? Orenco?
Orenco.
Orenco.
You know, that
Look
was
at that.
His name, or I think that was the name of the truck in the book, but I don't know where that name came from. Obviously, Steven thought it up, and Dice Art did all the trailer work. But it's pretty interesting.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know Dice Hearts is involved in this fucking film and so much. I know King used to go there at college. He called it Dry Farts. He used to go there in college in Orono and eat. I watched so many interviews on that fucking nerd. I go sit outside his house a lot. I go TikTok live and Facebook live. because I live 45 minutes from Bangor, so I DoorDash there, and then I go out to Stephen King's house, and I read Pet Cemetery until he comes out or until they tell me to leave. And I'm gonna meet him when he's. I leave my business card. I said hi to Tabitha. I go, hi Tabby. She was leaving. I saw a guy there. I saw they're getting oils, our oil truck. I'm obsessed. I gotta meet him. And can we spread the news on what's gonna happen 4th of July? Can we say it now since we get a lot of archers?
Well, I just found out this week it's not going to be done until October. But,
I know.
Mike, and I don't want to expose him. I don't know if he wants that information out there. He great guy. He has asked me to come drive the truck in the 4th of July parade. And if I do, I want you to ride beside me, Adam.
Adam, the historian ghost hunter, sits shotgun of Donnie Greene in the truck.
That is the Cal's main 4th of July parade, I believe.
I can, like I said, we can meet somewhere up and maybe ride together. I mean, did you want to meet in Bangor? We can always talk personally of it. I just want to meet you in person, dude. Honestly, that's all that other stuff is bucket list bonus. I will drive like forever to go there because I mean I've been to Hancock is an hour and a half from me, and I went there just to see the house on Point Hill Road, I think. So you drove up and down that. So those scenes in the beginning and stuff, that's you in the truck when the house.
Should I be worried that you're going to be camped out on my front yard tomorrow night?
Donnie, I already got your home address. I've already been to Florida twice.
Stephen King's actually asked you to come out and leave?
No, he hasn't came out to me. I haven't talked to Owen, none of them. I'm trying to. I've been to his radio station, Stephen King Radio, told him what I'm about. And I've been to the Bangor Society where they shot parts of the Pet Cemetery, the Bangor Auditorium, or whatever.
Yeah.
They shot parts of Finner and Pet Cemetery there, and I got a filming permit because I was going to do a documentary about his filming sites. I've been to them all. I've been to where the rock quarries are. Where he goes, "She's not farther now, Lewis." He goes, "You keep saying that." And there's like a rock pile in the pond.
Yeah,
that's an old rock quarry, and I can't think right now because I'm stoned, but. I've been there. I got a thing on my YouTube channel, and I figure something's going to break. I'm kind of going broke doing it, but I'm having fun, man. I'm 44. I've already died in a car accident for a minute, so this is all bonus. I'm having more fun now than I did before I died, that's for sure. And you've been nothing but nice to me because you told me you want to help me get sponsors. You're inviting me to meet you and be your friend and to ride in the truck with you. I literally, I owe you my firstborn child if I ever have one.
No, I'm all good.
I don't think I will. I'm 44. I might be shooting dust by now. Who knows? So what does Donnie do to relax besides like Harleys and trucks and big rigs? And do you just chill out and watch movies and shit? Do you?
Yeah. Well, a couple of years ago, my wife got really sick and she's on oxygen, so we just stay home, kind of watch TV, and our 2 Great Danes give us a lot of laughter. Yeah, I mean,
there's some big babies. They're huge.
Come on. I mean, they're just goofy dogs. They're just big goofballs.
I gotta find a fucking picture. Hold on. I gotta go to Facebook and get a picture. Real quick though, while I'm looking for other pictures, which I'm gonna get real quick. What's one of your favorite go-to shows? You guys have comedies?
She would have pictures of my boys. Sue Fletcher would probably have a bunch of pictures of my boys. Lori and I call them our boys.
Oh, Sue Fletcher will? Okay. Well, I know there's one of you in the fucking dog's gotta be 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I asked everybody on the internet who's taller, Henry or myself. You remember that picture? I just posted it a week or so ago.
All right. If I lose you, it's because I got Wi-Fi. I got thunderstorms going off here in Maine, and it's messing with my Wi-Fi, and I can't get onto your page on Facebook to show your puppies. All right, it slipped me now, kind of. Oh,
so okay. Sue Fletcher just brought up a funny moment that happened to me at the Augusta Walmart. A week before we moved to Florida, I bought a cap for my pickup truck, and I had both dogs in the back of the pickup truck, and I had a cap. And I had to go get some stuff. Yeah, that's Henry. He's 10 years old now.
And look at the dude in back of him now. I see the legs in back. He's as tall as Donnie. You got to be 5'11", 6 foot flat, right?
I'm 6'2".
Wow.
I'm 6'2", so I think Henry's taller than me.
Look at his arm reach on that. Wow. That's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. But real quick, I went to Walmart in Augusta. This is a day or two before we're going to move down here, but it was hot out, so I didn't want to leave them in the back of the pickup truck. So I tried to manhandle both of them to get in the pickup truck. I was going to leave it on with the AC on. They both got loose. Jake is the older one. He's real serious. He went running to Walmart, and Henry's such a little boy. He went to the toy section. So I'm a good 50 yards behind him. I go through the door. One lady tells me one went that way, but the other one's up there at the deli. So I go up. You know the glass cases on the deli. My dog had both paws, and he was eyeballing which local DONNIE was. I get him rounded up, and I get him out to the truck. I go running back, and I'm a big man, so I'm not into running. And I go to the toy section, and Henry had a wiffle ball bat in his mouth, and he was running up down the aisles playing wiffle ball. So,
oh my God Almighty!
And I wish I had gone back to the store manager to see if I could find some tape on that, because the whole store was really cracking up. So it was quite a time with them too.
Fucking Donnie, you gotta write a fucking biography book. Donnie, you getting a cut? Brian wants to know.
Kind of what?
I don't know. Maybe the show. I'm not getting any money out of it. I got $10, I think. But Donnie, stop by and see Brian and I. She says Betsy Brown's checking in. Hey, Betsy Brown Williams. Thanks for saying hi about losing the market. Well, the parade's not in Orono. It's in not Camden. It's in, like you said earlier, it's kind of up there a little bit. Where's
I
the
was
parade?
assuming Calais, because his business is like 10 miles from Calais, Maine, right on the border. So,
and if you guys want to meet Donnie, just get a hold of me. I'll plan something out when he comes down in July. If you guys want to do a little meet and greets, like an autograph thing, bring your DVDs, bring your.
I thought you and I were going to go down there. So,
yeah, we are going to. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you guys want to follow, as soon as I get the info, we'll post it on here. I'm just tickled pink to meet you, dude. I just want to fucking like split bread with you, shoot the shit, have an edible, maybe hang out. Go to Hancock, maybe check out the old house. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
And, and I appreciate how you've been awesome. We got about 20 minutes left. Oh, real quick, let me see. What is this? Brian's got something for you. I remember, Henry, when you lived in Jefferson.
Yeah, he does. Brian lived right up the street from me when I lived in Jefferson, Maine. So
Jefferson, Maine. I've been through this, so that's by Herman. I mean, Dice Hearts is big in the area. That if you work some places, Dice Hearts. Yeah, and they were 24/7 back then before Corona.
I used to dispatch trucks for a company down there, and the owner just passed away last year from COVID. So
that's the picture of the older gentleman that you shared. I see that back here.
Yeah, he meant a lot to me.
So real quick, the other green logistics or the trucking, I like that, thinking it was your brother. I've seen you liked a bunch of shit, but it turns out you're not related, like you said earlier, which is fine. I'm still going to like it. But the one that you are a part of is Bauer and Green Logistics.
Bauer-Green Logistics, LLC.
Yep.
And,
you guys are co-owners.
About 4 or 5 years ago, and it's been a great deal, good time, and work from home, and life's good. So.
You got a threat. If you come to Maine and go visit Brian and Melanie, you're in big capital letters trouble. Melanie lives.
Well, listen, if Brian can still barbecue like he used to, I'll definitely stop in to visit, because that guy. I went to a barbecue at his place. That guy can cook. But
that's a good question for you now. What's one of your favorite meals, man? What's one of those things you like to do before a big, maybe not so much now, like you said, but when you used to drive and stuff, what's something you'd like on the road? You look for ribs or certain pizza, I guess?
I've never found a piece of beef that didn't like me, so.
Yes, that a boy.
But I'm trying to eat healthier now, more chicken and fish than the red meats. But no, I've always been a meat and potato type of guy. I was raised in Maine, It's back in the 60s and 70s, it was meat and potato. Yeah. And, you ought to feel fortunate that you get it.
sticks to your ribs in the wintertime. You'll appreciate it when you're a little thicker around the waist. It's like
I traveled a lot as a kid. My dad was military, Navy, and I was born in San Diego, and then we lived in San Francisco, Groton, Connecticut, Norfolk, Virginia. He was a submariner. He was in the submarine force, and it's funny. Just telling the story the other night that he got on a plane, and he flew to like Spain to get on his boat because he was up in the Baltic chasing the Russians around. So it was 90 days totally underwater. So, my mother was a strong woman, 90 days of not knowing. So, but
that's
the military was good to me.
That's 5 months. That's a year. That's half a year. That's a year to some people. Especially back then, man. They didn't have Twitter and emails and Facebook. They didn't have none of that shit. A pen and a paper, and that's it. You're lucky to even get that.
Yeah.
What does Amanda say? It's hard on the road to eat healthy. I own an oversized pilot car and a service. Love it in 11 years now. Yeah, it is hard, but there's a lot more options now. There's Subway. There's these little healthy options, and I think we're a lot more conscientious of our diet and shit like that nowadays than we used to be. Like Donnie said back in the day with the 8-tracks and stuff, they didn't have the options like they do now. I'm sorry, trucking was rough back then, right? Compared to now, I feel like.
No AC. A lot of times I had no heat. Driving. Sue Fletcher can vouch for that. I mean,
you break down, you're fucked.
And then paper logbooks. I mean, I could go from here to California in 64 hours, and I could log it.
Try to escape the fuzz, the 5-0, huh?
You can't nowadays. It's electronic logbook. So,
Oh.
But there's two ways of looking at that. Now that I'm older, I mean, they are trying to clean our roads up and have safer roads. So, it's right. But,
no, you're right, because I think people unfortunately have abused that. Some people have abused those things. Like in the day, like my dad told me, he goes, you get pulled for drunk driving. They go, all right, get home and shut the car off. Nowadays, they smell beer on you. You're fucking done. There ain't no go home and park it. You're fucking done.
We had a deputy sheriff that was our town cop, but he was contracted to the county, Penobscot County. Doug Sinclair. He's a friend of mine on Facebook. But, geez, he pulled me over one night on a motorcycle, and I think I was going over 100. And I tell you, I think I still have a bruise back there from where he kicked me. Gave me hell and called my father and sent me home. But, nowadays.
That's fucking jail right there, brother.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Might be hard for you to believe, but I was kind of a hellraiser when I was younger.
I have a little bit easy time believing that. Melanie says Texas Twinkies and prime rib. Texas Twinkies. I don't know. That sounds good.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool because you got the authentic job in Pet Cemetery because basically you're just basically doing what you were doing. Obviously not. But I mean, you were just, like you say, you drive your truck, you're not a professional singer, you got a lot of Ramones followers, but you're just basically doing what you normally do. Like you said, we'll back the truck up for you. Like, no, I can back the truck up. Like you're full on. That's what you did. You're an actor, but you're a truck driver. That's what you were first and foremost.
Yeah, it's a hard, I always will be probably, because I'm not driving now. I'm doing the management part of it now and dealing with drivers on a daily basis, and which isn't easy because
they're pansies nowadays, brother.
It is for them because you can dispatch them easier, but I got to tell you, 95% of the drivers that call me looking for freight, they don't speak English. So it's when I was on the road back with Sue Fletcher's husband. I mean, if you get a flat tire on the side of the road, there was 10 other trucks behind you helping you change the tire, and we all spoke English.
Unity. There's a brotherhood. I mean, you got to kind of like. I think nowadays everybody's strangers and they're all sketchy, and people are kind of out for themselves, and it's hard. It's hard, man. And it's hard when you can't communicate because you don't know what the fuck. You don't know if they're threatening you. You know if they're asking you for help. You're just like, holy fuck, leave me alone. And I get that. And I think you're coming out at the right time. I think at the right time to kind of sit back and do the logistics part, the dispatch part. I mean, obviously you missed the road, but I think that's better for you mentally and physically to just kind of.
I still climb in a truck from time to time. And
how's it gonna feel climbing in that rig? How's it gonna feel climbing in that in the parade? That old fucking rig. You ain't sat in that in what 30 years, 20 years? Yeah, boy.
That'll be fun. That'll be.
Oh
fun.
my god, I'm gonna have a fucking boner. I gotta think baseball the whole time. That's gonna be amazing. Just to be, it's uncut. Let's see. Yeah, not like it used to be. That's for sure. Sue Fletcher says, "Can't speak English." Yeah, it's true, and it's nothing by it. We're not racist. It's hard to communicate when you can't communicate. Like you can't be like, "Hey, I need help," and they're like, "No, no comprende." Like, well, what the fuck? You know what I mean? You need to be lions need to be on lions, and just that's the way it is. But you need to kind of be able to communicate in this world. Otherwise, what the fuck?
It needs to be pointed out, though. I mean, Sue Fletcher's husband had a heart attack when he was like 35. I mean,
wow.
I base a lot of that on back then. We would go 40, 50 hours without sleep. You know, it's not just driving from point A to point B. Then you get to unload your load. And then before most shipping offices, they close 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you have to go reload your load. And then they tell you you're going to be here at 6 a.m. So, but, you know, I'm not an advocate for electronic logbooks, but it has made our country safer. Truck drivers are going to bed now.
Right.
And there's no getting around it. So, you know, they're working 11 hours a day and they're getting a good night's sleep. And, you know, I think statistics will show you that the traffic accidents from commercial vehicles are down. But that old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And when they came out, I was part of it. So
time is money. Time is money, brother.
And I don't require a lot of sleep. You know, I don't. My body's trained that way. Years on the road, but I mean, I'm up very.
It's the ones that can't hack it, though. It's the ones that can't hack it that try to. They get the ones that can in trouble because they can't. They don't know when to say when. It's like anything else. Let me see. Hey, Brian wants to know how 117 used to look when he was running it. Remember, he used to run it.
Yeah, I ran that truck after him, and it was looking good. And it was a sharp one. I think you'll see that in my Facebook photos, me driving that truck. But
I seen you sitting in the black one. Yeah, I seen you sitting in the black one.
Yeah, that's the LLP truck he's talking about. But you know, when I did a couple parades for very good family friend girl I went to high school with, had a big daycare center in Herman, Maine, and they needed a truck and a pickup truck and like a snowmobile flatbed so they could do the 4th of July parade the Herman homecoming days or something to that effect. And I brought a 53-foot flatbed trailer and a tractor Peterbilt. And I'm pretty sure that they won the first place award for the best float.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
I love that you were
that, and we had a lot of fun doing it. You know, I mean, just all them kids, and they took the time to put 2x4s and made rails so the kids couldn't fall off. And I guarantee you, I didn't go over 5 miles an hour with them kids. They went nice and slow, but that's the way of giving back, I guess, and I enjoy that stuff. And in fact, Carrie just retired recently. She's been a daycare owner for young kids for years and years and years. Like, geez, I got 2 Great Danes that wear me out at the end of the day. I can't imagine taking care of a bunch of infants and, you know, toddlers. But
they keep you young. I think between that, right? I mean, you're doing your shit for your community. You have your ties to Maine between your friends, family, and your grounds of Herman and Dicehearts. You got your puppies and your wife to keep you young, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it keeps us going.
Dude, you were honestly, you were one of the nicest fucking people to me. I don't care. We got about 10 minutes left. If you don't mind, we'll go a little bit over. You are one of the nicest people, not even because you were in a movie, you're an actor, all that bullshit, but just as a human being person, you actually like talk to me normally. You like to say hi to me. You're not up my ass. You don't talk every fucking day, but when we talk, it's like, "What's up, man?" Like we get that click, and I appreciate you honestly on camera. And it's gonna be on my YouTube tomorrow. Historically Haunted. Everybody check it out. Make sure you subscribe. We got about almost 400 now, getting up there. And I just want to say to everybody, man, I appreciate you. And yeah, man, I know some people try to send you friend requests after we talked, and I get it. But at the same time, you stay true to me. Like you told me, man, shit's going to happen, and you want to help me out, and you don't have no reason to. You don't owe me a dime, and you are really nice to me, and you're a humble person. So may God bless you, man. I appreciate the friendship, man.
I'm sure there's some people out there that would probably debate whether I'm a good human being or not, but it's been.
We have a good laugh.
I had a good time, and maybe we can do it again sometime. And when I firm up some dates coming to Maine, I will let you know, and we're going to hook up.
If anybody out there watching, I guess, needs service, how do they get a hold of you? I mean, how do they get a hold of the logistics and stuff? Do you want to promote that at all for the hell of it?
Yeah, sure. Like I said, I represent, it's no relation to me. It's, well, thank you, Sue.
He is real. He's a fucking real cat. He could be like, oh, $50 to have me on the interview. I asked a couple of people, and they like Kane Hodder, and then they want me to pay him. I go, fuck, dude. I don't have the money for that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make a buck, for God's sake. Like, I get $10 a week for sponsors, and I'm lucky that covers my fees. So, not to cut you off, Donnie, but I appreciate you. Right. Donnie Greene is real. But go ahead. How do you get a hold of Donnie Greene's Trucking? Sorry.
My number's on my Facebook page. If you're not already friends with me, friend me. Like I said, we do reefers, flatbeds. We can transport anything, cars, boats. And been in business since 1962, Greene Transport. Our corporate headquarters is in Titusville, Florida. And any questions on moving any kind of freight, call me, 207-650-5189.
Fucking Maine number. I see you have drivers in Maine, New England, Massachusetts. I see you get people all over. I follow you. I stalk you on Facebook, and I see you get dispatching and shit. So you got your roots. You're doing your thing. You're taking care of mama. You got your boys. You got your big boys, and shit.
In my gummy bear.
So do you keep? Okay, I got a couple more questions. If you don't mind me going over, are you busy?
No.
Oh, okay, we can go at least another 20 minutes. I mean, I don't want to rush you. I'm bored. I'm sitting here alone. Heaven's like 3 hours south of me. I'm way the fuck up here doing nothing. I got a buzz now too. Actually, Donnie, tell everybody what your favorite movie of the movie was. I'm gonna go grab a beer.
Who my favorite who?
Favorite moment of the movie.
Favorite moment of the movie? Geez, I don't recall, I guess.
All right, I got a beer. Like as far as like parts, like what part, whether you're in it or not, like you're a horror movie fan, you're a movie fan. Like what part do you go, this is my favorite part? Like is there a part like when Gage slices what's his face, his Achilles heel or his mouth? Is there a certain part of the movie that you like? Stephen's the Reverend. May God bless you.
Yeah. Zelda really freaked me out.
What's that? Zelda?
Zelda, was that her name? And
Rachel.
As far as the movie, and I might lose some fans here, but I'm not a big horror fan. I was just a lucky human being. I was at the right place at the right time. And
how'd you hear about it?
Mary Lambert. They decided on me. I don't know how many people auditioned for it, but I was more amazed when I was on site, movie set, to see money was no object. I mean, across the street from their house, that was a 3-sided house that they built to burn.
Judd's house, Judd Crandall, the one they set on fire at the end? That was a facade house over a real house, yeah.
Money was no object. I mean, they hired a truck driver to do my backing up. I just, I'm a proud Republican, I guess. So
Mary says freaky shit.
You know, to see the money, what it takes to make a movie, and you know, they just don't spare any.
But I mean, the
expense.
payouts there, right? They make box office money, sponsors sell merchandise, meet and greets, the whole nine. But yeah, I mean, Zelda was a dude with a. I actually had David Greenberg on a couple weeks ago, and he made the bed for Zelda, and he did production in Pet Sematary. I had him and Vincent, who did shit for Thinner, and I'm a King nut, and that's why I had to have him on. So that part's freaky. So what got you, like, what did someone say you gotta go try this out, Donnie? You're perfect. Did you hear about it in the paper? Like, how did you?
No, I was at the fuel pumps fueling up my truck that I just got back from California with. Actually, it was Mark and Paula Johndrew's truck from Newburgh, Johndrew Trucking, and I was fueling up. Dave Dysart's nephew, Billy Osgood, worked there. He come running out. He says, "Get in here. We need you to audition." And I said, "Audition for what?" And so I continued fueling up, and Mary Lambert came out and asked if I would come inside. And we went to the fuel desk office off to the side there. And they had me sit in Dave Dysart's chair, big leather office chair. And they said, "Can you pretend you drive the truck?" So they wanted me to sing anything. And I can't sing a note, folks, but I don't know why they picked me.
So wait a minute, Don, not to cut you off, but you go to gas up your fucking rig, shoot the shit with the boys, and all of a sudden you're auditioning for a fucking movie?
Yes. I thought it was I thought it was a gag at first. You know.
And King's right there.
Yes.
I mean, this is before
producers.
This is before it all got really. I mean, King was known, he carried and shit, but it's not like it is now with it and shit. Like,
and this was a year later. They hired me for the part a year before they even started the movie. Well, maybe 6 months, but it was a long time before I get that phone call. Well, they sent me a movie contract. You know, I don't know what a movie contract is. So, you know, I brought it to my folks, and they couldn't believe what was going on. And my father said, "It looks legal to me." And they paid me $500 a day, and you know, to a 22, 23-year-old kid back then. And the funny part is, because I couldn't sing very good, they had to do like 100 takes. So, we'll do it tomorrow. So I'm thinking, another 500 right there. So
smart man, fucking Ramones.
But you know, it's like a double-edged sword, though. If I don't get it down pat, they might find someone else to redo it. But anyways,
smart. You want to toe the line. You want to get there, but you don't want to be cut. I get you.
But naturally, I can't sing a note. And
oh, you bullshitter! I love that. I love that Ramones people want you to come on stage and sing with them and sign their albums and shit. You're like an icon of sorts, in that, which you would think would be the King heads, which you do. Trust me, when I told people I had you on, they're like, who? They go, the guy that killed Gage, the truck driver, they're singing fucking Sheena Was a Punk Rocker. He's known for that. That's your calling card. That's your thing. Sheena Was a Punk Rocker. So that's kind of neat, man. I fucking love that shit. Wow, you just showed up to get your rig up, and you're meeting Mary Lambert and the King. Do you think if you came down and you saw Steve, he'd remember you? I would think so.
No, not at all.
If you told him I was the truck driver in Cemetery, he would say, "Oh, right."
I think he would now, but he taught at the school that I went to. He was a teacher in Herman, Maine.
Herman, yeah.
And I went to school in Herman, Maine. And he wasn't my teacher, but he taught there. And I think he has some issues with Herman because he actually was fired as a teacher there. So
he went to Hand Academy after. That's where he wrote Carrie. Yeah.
Yeah. And but he doesn't have a lot of good things to say about Herman, Maine, I don't believe. But
he loves his Dysart, so they're fucking intertwined, bro. Come on now.
But and that's how it went down. I mean, and they asked me to stay after I signed the contract. They said, "Can you check in with us. Let us know when you're going to be home so we can plan filming. I said, sure. So a day or two before I get back home, I would call, let them know, and they would schedule me. But sometimes it took 4 or 5 hours to film me driving a mile.
Wow.
You know,
People don't notice that stuff that watch the movies. They don't realize what goes into it.
no, there's so much to it, and they're professionals.
Did you have to sign off for your name to be in the credits or anything weird like that? Or do you, whenever it's played on cable, do you get like a percentage check?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Really?
For the rest of my life, 4 times a year, every quarter, I get a royalty check. And I think I get $1.23 every time it's on TV.
I've heard about shit like that. It's like $1.85 or 35 cents or something crazy like that.
But now that it's been over 25 years, now European countries are paying that. And just noticed it this last check, but because it played in Sweden or Switzerland, I made $1.14 or something. But
no shit, that's kind of neat.
I'm definitely not using it for retirement.
But I tell you, brother, it's funny. Right now, all the kids that love nostalgia, I mean, of course, our parents didn't like that shit. I'm 44. You must be about my age. So,
Wish.
Huh?
61.
Shut the fuck up. I was going to say maybe 53 tops.
Really?
Wow, you look great. But still, you're around my bracket where nostalgia's king, and I think a lot of kids that have money, older kids, love that shit. You would do great, I think, in meet and greets, and like you say, photo ops with you in the truck. That could be a fucking. People love that. People are trying it right now. I'm friends with the guy that's got the Gremlin head from Maximum Overdrive, the big green Gremlin head, and he goes around just touring with that fucking thing. I mean, not that you need to, you get your family and your wife, but to make some money just to fucking be Donnie Greene, bro. I think that's fantastic. You guys want to meet Donnie Greene? Hit me up. We'll plan something out, and I'll message him and see where we work things out. Donnie kind of wants me to be kind of the middleman for him. He's busy, but if you want to book Donnie for things, let me know. He's pretty modest, but he wants the shit done too. It's one of a kind. He's the one. I mean, if you look back now, did you ever think what you did would be so epic? Do you realize how epic that is? I mean, Pet fucking Cemetery, the original movie. I just had it, but it must have fell. Where the fuck did it go? I just had the stupid thing. There it is. I got it on Blu-ray and DVD. The original. Do you ever think the original would be such a cult classic? Do you realize how big that is? People love it.
No, and in the first maybe 10, 15 years after the movie was released, it was no big deal. Someone from home, Herman, Bangor area that knew me and saw the movie was, hey, that was cool, Donnie. But I have more of a fan base now in the last 5 years than I did in the first 25 years. And like I said, most of them are Ramon fans. I mean, I get these people, Ramon fans from all the world, South America, Europe, reaching out to me. And I didn't see that coming, especially the way I chopped that song up.
But that's related to the movie. Even though it's not Pet Sematary, they don't bring it up or whatever. It's technically because of the movie, because people go, that's fucking nostalgic. It's it's a Britain band or whatever. And of course, they say this to the punk legends. But the way you sang that, people go, when Sheena wants to be sedated, they go fucking Donnie Greene killing, or the guy killed Gage. And that's epic, dude, man. That's pretty wild. And to know that you talk to me and we have each other's cell phones numbers is pretty cool, man. When I see you calling me, I'm like, Donnie Greene. And I'm out here in Maine by myself thinking no one gives a fuck about my life after being homeless and almost dying. And you're trying to help me live life, and you're offering me to be in a parade with you. I've been in a parade since I was in Boy Scouts in Lisbon, Maine at the Moxie Festival in 1995, for Christ's sake.
I need some Moxie when I come. Can't get Moxie down here.
Oh, I wore my Moxie shirt today to my job interview, and they hired me. She goes, I love Moxie. Can you start next week? $15.50 an hour. I go, fucking right. Glenburn. You ever heard of Glenburn? Right next to Kendustig? Yeah. I'm gonna be working there at our store. There's a little general store. They want me offloading trucks and shit part-time. 25 hours a week.
So you're gonna drive from Brownville to Glenburn every day? Isn't that quite a ride?
Well, it's about 45 minutes.
Is it? Okay.
But I 6 hours at $15 an hour, man. I DoorDash typically. But the thing is, the same store is in my area, so I can get transferred there sooner than later.
Okay.
They have an opening, so I got a plan.
Tell me about your bad accident.
Oh, boy. You want to talk about me, really?
Why not?
All right. Well, everybody's allowed a question. So my mom passed away after Lorraine Warren, who was a big influence of mine. Honest friend of 23 years, Kenneth Fortin, died of cancer in January of 2019. My grandmother, my Italian grandmother, my last grandparent, died in May of 2019, and my mom died 4 days before her birthday unexpectedly. She went to the store to get blood work, the hospital to get blood work. Central Maine Medical Center, where Stephen King went, King Hospital, that's based off that, when Stephen King got hit by the car. That's where I was born, in Lewiston. Yeah. She went there, got blood work, and she had a panic attack, cardiac arrest right there. And I was at home in Casco, and I got the call, and I lost my shit. I'm going to cry. I went homeless for a while. I ended up getting her car. And the next year, I got hit on in a head-on collision in Scarborough, Maine. You mentioned Scarborough earlier. Why? I forget why.
My kids used to race go-kart there.
Scarborough's got a racetrack. I got hit in the S-turns by Flaherty. There's a little covered bridge place where they sell. Yeah. I got hit head-on. I was leaving Bull Moose in Scarborough. I ordered a pizza from Little Caesars, and I woke up in the ambulance, and they brought me. You're alive. They brought me back. My car got hit and flipped over in the S-turns. A Nonsuch River. I had seaweed in my trunk, and I had no one to call because my mom was already dead. It was in her car. They never found the driver, and I lost a $13,000 Ford Fusion, and I got nothing for it. My insurance wouldn't cover it because I had liability only, and they couldn't find the guy that. And I died for 38 seconds. I lived in a flea market. I lived back in an RV. Shit.
You might have lost a 13,000 Fusion, but you get your life.
I tell you, brother, I've met people like you because of it. I appreciate you. I've grabbed life by the horns, and I go, you know what? No one may give a fuck what I do, but I give a fuck. So I go to filming sites. I go to haunted locations. I meet interesting people like Donnie Greene, and I'm living life for me, man. I got no kids. I'm 44, but I got a girl that loves me after 5 years. And my mom's passed away, but she's with me, dude. And it's not about me, man. It's about you, because fucking you're a good dude. That's really made me feel better because you give a shit, and you're cool with me.
But hey, I've had a great time tonight, and you and I'll get together in the near future.
You owe me a hug. Don't bullshit on me.
Oh,
you're coming back to me. You come.
Ricky James. There's so many people. Ask him about the famous green hug, bear hug.
The Donnie Green bear hug, the Manor. Well, you're coming back to Maine for July. Like I said, we'll do the 4th of July thing, and you're going to be busy with family and friends. But there might be a couple of days there in July where we can maybe hang out, get a burger, and shoot the shit. Maybe do some autographs and hang out. And I'm just tickled pink to even know you on Facebook, let alone meet you. To meet you, I'm going to be fucking like a little girl. Donnie Green! Oh, my God! I'm going to get all wet between my fucking taco.
I might turn around and run.
Son of a bitch. All right, with about 5 minutes left to go, man, is there anything left on the table that you... I'm a hugger, John says. Oh, John. John's going fighting cancer down. Washington right now. A long time. We love you, John. You've been with me since fucking like my 8th episode of season 1. I appreciate you and the battle you've been through. You're a strong man. I hope to meet you one day. Donnie, what do you listen to for music besides obviously Ramones then? You must listen to something when you're in the rig.
You know, I'm into the 70s, early 80s rock and roll. I just rock and roll. I think, and I like country rock. Leonard Skinner, I can go to, Alabama, stuff like that.
I love David Allen Coe. David Allen Coe, old school.
He's got some crude stuff too. So
he's a little vulgar, working like a blank for my room and board. But you know what? That's the old times. Tough shit. If you don't like it, grow a fucking backbone. What about the Clash? Clash is cool. Who we got here? This must be one of your people. Doesn't look familiar to me. If I can get her. Rachel Thibodeau. Those bug eyes like in the movie. Do you know him? Richard Thibodeau?
Tebow. That's the way he pronounced it. He's from down your way, Brunswick, Thompson.
Oh, we'd say Thibodeau here in fucking French Canadian Maine. Give me the eyes, Donnie. Oh, I'm gonna hit Gage. Ah! Yes, I know. I don't want to take too much of Donnie's time. I could technically go another 10 minutes, but I know he wants to get back to his wife and enjoy his life here at 9 o'clock.
I get two Great Danes scratching at the door over here, so.
I know. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for being my friend.
Right,
we'll get you back on.
Good time, folks.
All
my friends and new friends here, you know, if you're not a friend of me, friend me on Facebook.
Do it and be good. Tell him Adam sent you, and if you're an asshole, he'll block you and I'll punch you. So don't. So Donnie Greene, truck driver, kind of relaxing family man, good man, actor in Pet Sematary. Last words?
Happy New Year.
Fucking Donnie, my spirit animal. Thank you guys. This will be up on the YouTube channel tomorrow. Historically Haunted Vodcast, episode 31, with the one and only Donnie Greene. Big rig truck driver, actor, and friend. Brother to me, not you.